hey, I'm testing this model out, I'm trying to see if I can do a video on my fully automatic on Android and then upload it onto YouTube and get it posted to my blog. Let's keep our fingers crossed to see if it will go. And so I had basically two reasons. One is that, and two is because I really haven't done just a stream of consciousness video before, well, for a long time. And, I wanted to get back into it and just kind of chat a little bit about entrepreneurship, the mindset behind entrepreneurship, what we need to do to really motivate ourselves to go to the next level. And there's some really interesting things that we need to consider when we want to launch into entrepreneurship or small business ownership, because for many of us, to be quite frank, it's a dramatic departure from the way that we have traditionally viewed the world, viewed earning income, viewed taking care of our family, all those different things, because the difference between a job and an entrepreneur is very dramatic. It's very different. And while the skills definitely can translate from job into entrepreneurship, there's a mindset that must go with it that oftentimes is not taught. We weren't taught it in school. We weren't taught it on the workforce. So think about it for a second. In the job market, really what you're looking at is you're trading your time for a salary or a dollar per hour figure. Basically, you have no control over the scope of the work that you do, even up to the CEO level, because they can be fired outside of what somebody else says that you must do. They evaluate what you do, they assign the value to what you do, and then they pay you consistently. And when they no longer need you, they have the right to no longer use you, which means you're fired or laid off or whatever. And so when we go into work, we're going to it with a specific mentality that I'm going to put in my time, I'm going to do my task, I'm going to do it good or bad, whatever you're doing at the particular time. And then my management or board, if you're a CEO, is going to reward me appropriately for that upon our negotiated wage or rate. That's the mentality of a job. And what I found is why a lot of people have challenges switching from a job or a career into entrepreneurship is because there is very limited stability in entrepreneurship outside of that which you create yourself. And so it's limited responsibility on the job front, where your responsibility to the task that's assigned to you, and based upon that you get a set dollar figure or bonuses to do that, versus entrepreneurship where everything is like this until you can get it more like this, if that makes sense. And so when people want to shift from a job to being an owner, they have to make sure that they're taking this approach that I have to develop a mindset of entrepreneurship as well. And the mindset of entrepreneurship means that you're responsible for everything. And so you have to take on this total accountability mindset. You're responsible for the finances, for the day-to-day operations, for bringing the energy, because if you don't bring the energy, there will be no energy. You move everything. From management, operations, finance, marketing, all four of those, you're accountable for, and you're accountable for understanding each of those to the degree in which you can manage it. Even if you outsource it by hiring somebody or contracting somebody else, you have to know enough about it to know whether it works. The sun rises and sets on your daily behavior, your daily activity. When you do hire employees, their livelihood is now your responsibility, because if you fail in making good strategic business decisions and growth, then they lose their job. It's just a totally different mentality. And so one of the things that I've moved much, much more in, as I teach entrepreneurship and business, is starting really with the mindset of the entrepreneur. What it takes to become a good quality small business owner and entrepreneur in the marketplace. And really a lot of that is that self-determined behavior. How do we teach self-determined behavior? How do we teach daily motivation? How do we teach overcoming fear and obstacle? How do we teach relentless self-improvement? How do we teach continual learning and process improvement? All of those things, because I really believe this now after doing this for so long and teaching for so long, that 75% of being an entrepreneur, a business owner, is about your mentality. The other 25% is about your execution in regard to your technical skills and your strategy. Before I just thought, hey, we'll go out and we'll teach the technical skills and it'll be all good. But people were just falling. They're getting, I have 1 out of 30 people that will actually start a business after I taught them the business plan class. Maybe it was a little higher than that, but it wasn't that great of a return on my time investment as a teacher. And so really we switched it up. So that's just stream of consciousness thought for a day. Quick 5 minutes. Let's see if I can get this up to YouTube from the phone. And remember, www.imdelguidance.com, your personal entrepreneurship professor. Let's get it and let's grow. Talk to you soon.